you are about to miss the most explosive 13 coins of the week, and that would be a massive, massive mistake. Right now, while Bitcoin pulls back, tiny market cap runners are bouncing insanely hard. At this exact moment, new coins are flashing strength, they're breaking out, and they're setting up for massive upside. In this video, I'm gonna break down the top daily runners first, then I'll show you exactly how to play the next bounces, what levels matter, and why these setups could define your entire month. You'll also want to catch the last few charts, as some of these could 50x fast. Do me a favor, press that like button, let's get on to it. No time to waste. Here we are, my friends, with 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. This is one of the most important daily runners. This coin is absolutely exploding, and it is the latest tenfold in the market. Look, it's looking quite good, but you should never buy these green candles. Just wait for your pullback. That's what I'm doing. So here's the most important levels, the bullish fair value gaps, okay? Right here, we have this major support after the first insanely high bounce to 20 million market cap, which usually marks the top, but it still went and made a higher high at 25 million. So to me, this looks kind of topped out. This level is important as a place for you to start thinking about accumulating the coin and looking at entries. So anything below 10 million, this is when you can possibly enter 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧, okay? To me, the perfect entry would be between 8 and 5 million market cap. Right here, if you leave your limit orders on Axiom, link down below, join Axiom, leave some limit orders there, because I think this level can definitely be hit. This was major resistance before the entire move, and this was also the second resistance after the continuation of this entire momentum wave. So to me, these are the levels where you stack some limit orders and just leave them there, because they might get hit in the next 2 days. Now, I don't know for sure how strong this coin is right now, because maybe 10 and 8 is the place to buy. So what I would do is, between 10 and 8, between this bullish fair value gap, I would add something like 20% of whatever amount you are deciding to trade this, and then the rest I would leave for lower, because lower almost always happens, okay? 75-80% pullbacks are normal in these markets, and especially in these new daily runners. Then we have Kitty, Hello Kitty. Okay, this one to me it's a little bit easier because we had this massive accumulation zone here all throughout the 31st of May, and what this tells me is this is the bullish fair value gap. This is where the price tends to go. It tends to always be dragged and pulled into these liquidity pockets, and so I think between 2.19 and 1.67, this is where you can accumulate Kitty. I am looking forward to buy this one. I think this one has a ton of potential. I saw Art School Reject. I saw big accounts. People that have been trading memes, look, for 2 years they made so much money, and I see them talk about this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to enter this one. I just need a little bit lower for me to be more comfortable with starting with, you know, a bit of a heavier accumulation here. Then we have another daily runner. This one is called CROS. I'm not as excited about this one, but to me, look, between 950 and 600k, this is where you go on Axiom and leave some limit orders, because yeah, I think the price can do this and then continue. We already know that the price sort of pulled back there. Prices tend to go again. There's also a likelihood that it just prints a higher low, in which case I think I'm gonna fade this one. I need that deeper pullback to this bullish fair value gap. This is where you had accumulation before these entire 2 moves, and yeah, I do think it can go there again, especially these daily new runners. All it takes is just 1 or 2 whales to sell a little bit heavier, and then bam, you get that entry. So that's what I'm gonna do when it comes to CROS. If that doesn't happen, then I'll reevaluate the entire situation. Then we have another one. This one I sold at a loss. I was looking to enter here. I think I bought over here, but then I saw the whole thing, the structure breakdown, and I kind of missed this entire pocket here where it just reaccumulated at a lower bullish fair value gap. This is not the type of chart that I like to trade, but then again, it re-entered the zone, but I wasn't paying attention and exploded, and then the entire bullish fair value gap turned into support 1 times, 2 times. So what this tells me is that Fcoin can definitely come to, for example, 5.57. This is definitely a level that you can start reaccumulating here. So I'm looking for a bounce there, very close to 5.57 million market cap. When it comes to Fcoin, this is another coin that I can't pronounce here on YouTube. Then we have Krill. This is also a daily runner, very risky as well. It just bounced, and to me, look, resistance before the entire move, support 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. So yeah, give me that entry here, and then I'll scoop close to 400, 500k. A lot of people were asking me, look, chart the daily runners, give us tiny brand new market caps. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to start these shows with these daily runners and then move into the most important coins where we can enter with more size, like for example Farcoin. So when it comes to Farcoin, quite simply, it bounced off the line as I was kind of expecting. If BTC keeps going on this path, what we might see is a break of the line and then a come here to this 800 million market cap zone. Right here, people are going to say it's over, memes are dead, but because a lot of people don't see this line, this trend line. And what's going to happen if that happens? This is where Farcoin bounces. To me, this is the bearish scenario. The bullish scenario is it just keeps now going and breaks the resistance at the 1.5. If that happens, happens, all these coins I'm going to talk next are all going to bounce insanely hard. If Farcoin goes to 800 million, you're going to get new entries on a lot of these. So Aarcoin, you saw that tiny bounce on Farcoin. Look at the bounce on Aarcoin. Look, it bounced perfectly from where I predicted on the show, and it looks like it wants to continue it. If Farcoin pulls back a little bit deeper, I'm still holding my Aarcoin. What's going to happen is you're probably going to get a better entry, and it's going to reclaim a little bit below 3 million, right between 3 and 1.6. That's to me the worst case scenario, in which case I will be very happy to like accumulate here, but it all depends on what Farcoin does, which depends obviously on what Bitcoin does. Then we have Popcat. As I was saying on the previous show, I think it's going to break the line, it's not going to hold, and it's going to do a little bit of a sideways. Worst case scenario, it bounces off the 255 million market cap zone, in which, you know, if you said like one coin to accumulate to hold for a year, this is the one with size. Then we have Launchcoin. Launchcoin again bounce off the line 1 times, 2 times, 3 times now, this 100 million line. Very important bullish fair value gap. I honestly think there's a good chance it just keeps accumulating here, but the best possible entry for it would be like a tiny scoop here below 100 mil, between 180. This is where people will say it's over. Okay, this is where I'm going to add some more here in case that happens. But we did get a bounce from the line, and this turned into resistance. So now just wait, because we either get a little bit more sideways or we get just a tiny scoop below, depending on how Bitcoin behaves. So leave your limit order stacked below if you want the main ICM play and you want to buy it cheap. This is your opportunity. Then we have Troll. Troll also bounced incredibly hard. Look, major bounce here. We had a spectacular bounce to almost 30 million market cap. Then that second bounce from that pocket, okay, from that bullish fair value gap. And now I think we're going to get a second chance at this bullish fair value gap. Worst case scenario is, I think this, and that would be a higher low. So still bullish Troll. Troll is still bullish. The entire structure is still bullish. Then we have Qiz, very dangerous place right now. And if it breaks below, if it comes, you know, a little bit below, I think I'm out, because there's going to be better coins, but the structure still hasn't broken. Okay, Qiz is still in play. Then we have this one, this tiny cap, very interesting one. Okay, this is an audit. Okay, this is one of those audit coins. So you send your project there and they audit it for you. So I think that these ones are like tiny market cap, but they're still interesting. These are interesting coins. There's not a lot of coins like this, so I think this one has some type of potential. I charted this thing a while ago. I did get a good trade here, and I do think it's going to come back into this pocket. I think there's a good chance it comes into this bullish fair value gap between 2.32 and 1.97 million market cap. Previous resistance, a lot of liquidity here, and so I think the price is going to go into that liquidity pocket, and this would be like a perfect entry on something like ChainFox, and there's no other coin like this. This is why I think this one has a ton of potential. Then when it comes to SPX, it's bouncing off of the line, the 864 million market cap line, which was previous resistance all throughout of October and early November 2024, and then turned into support. Small bounce, exactly like we saw on Farcoin. And so it's this indecision time. No one knows exactly, like, is it going to go to that 1.2 and find resistance there and then maybe pull back, or is it going to go down again into this bullish fair value gap between 800 and 595? What is it going to happen? Again, it all depends on Bitcoin and how bullish or not it is, but this entire structure is still tilting upwards and upwards, and it looks to me like it wants to bounce and go and make a new all-time high. So let's wait and see. If it bounces and goes and makes a new all-time high, if Farcoin bounces and goes into the 1.5 fib again, what's going to happen is all these other tinier caps like Troll, like House, etc., they are all going to go into new all-time high territory, and they're going to outperform SPX and Farcoin. So this is what we need to eye for the next week. If this structure doesn't hold, goes below, set your targets lower, set your expectations for better entries. If Farcoin also breaks below the 1 billion market cap line, same thing, set your targets lower. But if they start bouncing again, start increasing expectations, start thinking about new all-time highs. That's what this entire week is going to be. We are at a breaking point, we are at a point of indecision, and we need to clear that indecision. So if you made it this far to the show, you know exactly which coins are leading the bounce, but knowing isn't enough, okay? It's all about execution, and that's why you need Axiom. You get real filters, you get snapper wallet tracking, you get pro level precision. It's the terminal, okay? Built for catching memes before they move. And the coins I showed you today, most were visible on Axiom even before they started exploding. So if you're serious about trading this cycle, using Twitter and vibes is just not gonna do it. It's not enough. You need speed, you need edge, and you need tools that smart money is already using. So use my link down below to get started, trade through Axiom, earn points, and qualify for my private group where I'll be calling the next micro caps, okay? Only inside my group, I'll be calling a ton more stuff that I'm watching in real time. So catch you in the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay sharp. Let's keep talking about what's happening in the market. Thank you very much.